Because we have to talk about it at some point. Fucking Peter Steele posed in Playgirl. There's no way we're fucking glossing over that little fun fact.
Yeah, him and Shawn Michaels is fucking fucking legends.
And we could, any of us at any point, we can just do a little Google, take a look for ourselves. And I won't. I'm afraid of how big his cock is, dude. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my Purple Rain wearing co-host Alexander Volch. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's a new discography, more or less, per episode. And today, we'll be discussing every single album by
Type O negative. I was going to try to do the voice.
Black, number one.
That's kind of Danzig.
It's a little Danzig-ish. There's a lot to say. By the way, Type O Negative requested on Patreon by Tommy. Thank you, Tommy, for patronizing us and supporting us and being cool. And also for actually requesting a band that I've been wanting to listen to for a long time that I've never felt excited to listen to them. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm probably not going to like them. I get they're important. They're probably not for me. But I'm glad I finally had a reason to go into it. And before I go up, tell you how I feel about the band.
Sure.
Fucking, what was I going to say? Did I do plugs? I didn't do plugs.
No plugs.
I took one hit and I'm not high. I swear to God. I just forgot everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah, I feel like we keep going back and forth. Plugs in the beginning, plugs in the end.
Do a little bit of plugs in the beginning. A little bit of plugs, just a little bit of plugs in the beginning. If you want to support us and jump the line like Tommy did, because we don't get to request that quickly because these take a long time to do. Surprisingly, you can patreon.com/everyalbumever. Bonus episodes. Obviously, jump the line if you're tier 2. And, early access to certain episodes, discounts off merch, blah, blah, blah. And Spotify, I almost said Spotcast. Spotify playlist on Type O Negative. You'll find a link in the description along with playlists associated with every episode that we've done. Find them all at everyalbumever.com and yada, yada, yada. So, Tommy, God damn it. Forced me to listen to Type O Negative.
Yes.
Previous history with them, Alex?
None.
I'm surprised. I figured either one of us had to have listened to him at some point.
No, I guess, yeah, it's, I do not care for this band. I don't hate them. If I could take a joke from The Good Place, they are the Cincinnati of...
Talk right into that.
Cincinnati of rock bands.
First of all, Cincinnati is a great city for comedy, so go fuck yourself. But also, if you remember, Alex, before we started this episode, I was like, I heard a little bit, like a little bit of the most famous album way back. Wasn't for me. I'm probably not going to like them. I like them. I like this band way more than I thought I would. I like this band.
Interesting.
I get not liking them. I totally get not like they're not the most like what's right from a writing standpoint. They're not the deepest.
Yeah.
Very, very, very stripped down riffs. 4-chord songs. Mm-hmm. It's the presentation. It's the vibe. It's the voice. It's fucking everything else about it that I couldn't believe how much I liked it.
Yeah.
It's just oddly satisfying, oddly catchy, not catching.
On paper, it sounds amazing.
On audio, Alex, it sounds amazing sometimes.
But yeah, I say the Cincinnati of metal bands because they don't piss me off, but I don't think I'm going to revisit them either. Like, if I got in someone's car, they're listening to Type O Negative, fine. I'm not going to say anything.
You better not say anything when you're driving with me in my car, because you're definitely going to hear a couple of them. So, I'm pleased to say I didn't hate a single album. Well, kind of hated one, but but I didn't find myself super angry or enraged the way I was with past few bands that we may have covered.
I'm very much still in that, like,
this was so fun for me.
Yeah.
Like, even to be fair, the last episode we did with like an RX band, I enjoyed that from like a more conceptual, let's hear a band evolve through the years.
Yes.
I enjoyed this because this is kind of why I started the fucking podcast, like to listen to bands that I just never got around to.
Putting them off. Yes.
Yeah.
I will say that is a fair assessment. I think if for some reason no one was still listening to us, we would have picked this band.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually.
For sure. And I also found myself really charmed by goddamn Peter Steele. this fucking Sasquatch of a man.
You're charmed by he's funny.
He's funny.
but,
He's
yeah.
funny and gigantic and a vampire.
Yeah.
Goddamn, this man. R.I.P. Goddamn. Fucking 6'8".
Oh,
260.
yeah.
Jacked to high hell.
I had no idea he was that tall.
Long jet black hair.
Yeah.
The face of Nosferatu.
I came to the conclusion that they're the real life Death Clock.
Oh, kinda.
Yeah.
Not the way they sound even a little bit.
No, not the way they sound, but in the essence that these songs are fucking, or some of them are funny.
Yeah.
And it's just playing into stereotypes of
rolling
metal.
with it,
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
into it, and kind of fucking creating a whole thing. The whole gothic metal thing, like they're the fucking spirit of that thing.
I found myself like, for some reason, they don't sound anything alike, but I would just get like Cradle of Filth songs stuck in my head for like.
Really,
I would just pivot from like, oh yeah, I don't know.
is it the keyboards, Alex? Because there's nothing
It
else in
is.
common.
It is maybe also, yeah, it's like the keyboards. Also maybe Cradle of Filth's better than I remember them. Maybe I haven't grown out of my Cradle of Filth phase.
Maybe you haven't.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just end this podcast right now,
Yeah,
Alex. Maybe we should just do that.
Maybe I thought I was better than Cradle of Filth, but I'm not.
Goddamn. But this is surprisingly fun. I found myself like really getting into like reading about, whatever history of the band and history of Peter and whatnot. And it's interesting, like, because I definitely, if I would have heard this at a different time, honestly, even hearing it at this time in my life, there was a point where I'm on like however many, like halfway through the discography. And I'm like, all right, I get what they're about. It's not really my bag. Fine. And I take a break for like most of the day or maybe like a whole day. And I go to cook some bland ass chicken. And I put on one of the albums and I remember being like, oh, it's fine. And all of a sudden it clicked. I'm like, I'm into them. I like the band. I like them now. I get it now. It's just one of those things. Like it's got to fit the right vibes. It's got to fit the right mood, and you got to be wanting what they're giving. Otherwise,
again, on paper, I think I want what they're giving.
Are you sure though? Because on paper, it's sludge and doom, but it's not sludge and doom. It is kind of, but it's mostly goth. It's like goth sludge. It's goth doom. It's different.
I think the main issue I have is, like, the songs never feel like they deserve the length.
I agree and disagree. I agree because
they don't here and there.
The thing is, generally, they're fucking massive. They're massive songs, and a lot of times they have like a few sections that are fairly, basic, I guess, and from the way they're written, just a few different chords, but also. It taps into the sludge part of my brain where it's like, if I like that riff, I want to hear it for 6 minutes straight.
Yeah. See, to me, like, very rarely were the riffs like that good. And another recent, to me, they kind of fall into the same camp that I fell into with DMX, where like, if these albums
we're sure there's a lot of fat. There's a lot.
If these were like trimmed down,
yeah, I
think. To me personally, a lot more 5-star albums if it was trimmed down.
Like, I don't want to say all, but I would say 5 out of 7 of these, are 75 minutes long.
Yes, most of them.
They're all that long. They're immensely.
This is going to be a long episode.
It's probably going to be a long episode, but and I get it. And here's another thing about this band is like because I learned this because I tried this. Can't binge this band. This is not a bingeable band.
No. I because I'm a responsible. I did break it up.
It needs because for a couple of days I did binge a few albums. So when I went back to them later on, I noticed things.
It's going to run together.
I noticed things I didn't notice the first time. I was like, oh, this is actually good. I was just exhausted. This is pick one album and listen to it for a while, and like a few weeks from now, then you pick up another album. It's like. They're that beefy. It's not like there's like a million things in each song. Sometimes there are, but most of the time it's just, again, all the songs kind of feel the same. Peter wrote all these songs. He has it's a very poppy kind of metal.
Yes.
In terms of the way he approaches writing.
The amount of things he's able to blend in without feeling forced is impressive.
I would say some of it feels a little forced. And I would say the Sabbath and the Beatles. Quite a bit.
I don't think the Sabbath part feels forced, but the Beatles part is like, I wasn't expecting that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I agree. Even the parts that I felt were like, holy shit, he just listened to a Beatles album the minute before he wrote this. I still liked it. I still ended up thinking it came out pretty well done. And the same with the Sabbathy stuff, because at this point, when you hear something that sounds Sabbathy, you just think stoner rock or stoner metal. And that's why I'm surprised you didn't like them more. There's a lot of stoner metal in here.
Yeah, it's at a certain point, I came to the realization, because at a certain point, something reminded me of the Melvins.
Yeah.
And
there's some stuff.
And I was like, there is a difference between like the Melvins and Sabbath. It sounds repetitive, but like the Melvins stuff, very rarely do they do the gallopy, like,
oh right.
That's more Sabbath to me than the other part of stoner and sludge metal for metal nerds.
So one thing another thing I wasn't expecting is what they started out like, because the only thing I'd heard was like the famous shit, Bloody Kisses, or not even the whole album. I think it's just parts of it, and they do not sound like that at first. It was a whack in the face.
I don't know. I thought it was how
do they sound the same at all?
I don't know.
Parts do.
We should probably talk about that.
Well, let's just go. Okay.
Yeah.
Peter Steele and everyone else who's important to the band, whose names I forgot because I'm an asshole.
Kenny Hickey.
Josh Silver.
Yep.
And who's the other one?
And then they had a Mr. Sal
Abbruscato
on drums until 93.
Abbruscato. And then Johnny Kelly from like every band in the world replaced him.
I had no idea he was in other bands.
Oh yeah, he plays with Danzig now, I think, which is not surprising.
Of course he fucking does.
Let's see. Pale Horse Named Death, Kill Devin Hill, Quiet Riot.
He's the most New York looking guy.
This is the most New York band. Like,
of course he also plays in Black Label Society.
Shocker. But they're from Brooklyn, I believe. And you could tell by anytime you hear them speak.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe not as much as like the guys in Anthrax, but still.
I'd say it's fucking pretty close. It's some Billy Milano shit right here.
That's true. Yeah.
Pretty close,
that's what
actually.
I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Okay. History. Formation. Yada, yada.
Yeah. Peter Steele was in a band called Carnivore. And I guess because Carnivore had some traction, he was able to get Typo Negative signed to Roadrunner, and then he formed the band around that. So
so that's pretty much it.
Yeah. It's I thought they'd have a beefier Wikipedia page, but
actually I got you covered.
There you go.
Because all of the history, if we're going by Wikipedia, which every God-fearing man does, Peter Steele's Wikipedia has way more information on the formation. Way more.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I know I should like click on the members. But
it's weird how much more he has than the band.
Yeah,
about the band.
Yeah,
but I think they were all friends. Like for I think childhood friends. He was friends with all of them. So it's actually kind of cute. They ended up doing that. Also, I just read that's right. I read it earlier, but I forgot until right now. The original name of Typo Negative was Repulsion, which I've mentioned in the past for nerds, uber nerds of metal and nerds of this show. I've mentioned Repulsion. They like put out the very first grindcore record. The album was called Horrified. It's really good considering it should have aged like ass.
Yeah.
And because there was like legal disputes, because that's the name of that, they were called Repulsion. They had to change their name to Typo Negative, which is a neat little
also
overlap.
Real quick, looking at Peter Still's Wikipedia page. You know what part of Brooklyn he's from?
Hold on. Part of Brooklyn. Which part of Brooklyn? There's multiple parts of Brooklyn.
Yes, I'm gonna.
It's a borough. It's parts of it.
As a hint, I'm gonna tie this into wrestling right now.
Hold on. No, don't.
from Red Hook.
I don't know.
Really?
Wait, no.
Taz, the human super.
That's where he's from?
Yeah, he always, like every promo he cut, he'd be like, I'm from Red Hook, and like Red Hook this, Red Hook that. And that's the only reason I know about it.
Oh, shit. I haven't watched a Taz promo in a long time. Holy
Dude,
crap.
yeah, they're wild. They're wild.
That is
Fucking
crazy.
Human suplex machine.
That dude is like 4 foot flat and beefy as shit.
Dude, after I got to show you a picture of his son. He looks nothing like Taz.
He looks exactly like Peter Steele. I knew it.
Yeah, he's not tall, but he's taller than Taz, and he's not orange. So
he's not orange.
Yeah. So it disqualifies him.
Like you just said, Son of Roadrunner Records. I suppose you might as well jump into the album.
Oh, real quick, I did not realize how important this band was to Roadrunner Records until
it made them.
We'll get into it. Yeah, we'll get into it.
Which is super crazy. But throughout their very respectable career, they've had 7 albums. 7 albums. The first one released in 1991, last one 2007, before the untimely death of Mr. Peter Steele. 2010, which we'll go into more in saddening details later, because I might start crying. But till then, let's start it off. 1991's Slow, Deep, and Hard.
I feel like I should have done timestamps for some of these, but I did not.
Right. There's a lot of the songs just have separate track intros, but
also you might start crying, I might start coming.
Dude, what a sexual band this is. What a fucky band. I'm so glad that's like pixelated, because that's like a penis, right? Or I'm assuming it's like some sort of genitalia.
It's weird because it's
inserted in something.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make out, though.
I really hope, getting a little ahead of the ball here, I really hope you have the...
No, I chose the YouTube-friendly cover for the next album, Alex.
This is
New York hardcore.
Yes.
This is New York hardcore.
Yeah, with like hints of Venom.
Yep. So this is not what I was expecting when I was going to Typo Negative. Hearing this, like, what the fuck is this punk?
Well, at a certain point, I don't know if we're going to get to it.
Oh, we'll get to it.
Okay. I'll just wait then.
Because the next section is what this fucking record is.
Yes.
This right here. Full on sludge, full doom. As soon as this part came on, I was like, I think I'm going to like this band.
Yeah.
I dig it. And also, how long is this song, Alex?
It's like 12 minutes.
It's a very long song.
So this actually wasn't... The part I was talking about was when the acoustic guitars and the moaning come in.
Right. Oh, shit. So, this is the only album where the songs, even though all the albums have fucking long songs, this is like separated into suites. Each track has like multiple. So that song is like technically 3 songs.
Yes.
So you got the one we were just hearing, whatever the first one is called, and then the second one is, you briefly mentioned, the acoustic one with all the fucking moaning. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous, aside from all the annoying moaning.
It's really weird, because to me it's funny. It's really weird how super serious the music is, but like the lyrics, they will
goofy, hilarious. And also the same track, the very last song of it, I Know You're Fucking Someone Else. I can't believe how often that's stuck in my head. It's so fun. It's so fun to scream, I know you're fucking someone else, and then have backup singer saying, he knows you're fucking someone else.
Yeah, they. I found out the term for that: gang vocals.
Gang vocals.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Alex, personal favorite.
Of course it is.
Love it.
Of course it is.
Love it. I was so happy, but I was like, if every album sucks after this, I'll be happy, because I like this album.
Start off on a.
Yeah.
I was more intrigued by this than. Didn't hate anything. I didn't love anything. I was like, okay, this is the foundation we're going on. And from what I know of the band, it all makes sense.
So what's funny about not that funny, honestly, but like opening track, I'm hearing him yell. I'm just hearing him yell.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing in that first song. And just by his yell, I didn't look up any information on the band. I don't know anything about them. All right.
Mhm.
I just thought, he's from New York. I know that fucking yell. I know that New York yell. It sounds like every New York hardcore band. It sounds like Agnostic Front. It sounds like fucking Antidote. It sounds like all these New York bands from the 80s.
Well,
And then I looked it up immediately, and obviously New York. But like, that's,
if you aren't well versed in hardcore the way you are, you know they're from New York the way they yell whore.
oh,
Yeah, I can't do it, but when they yell whore on this song,
yeah, just lighten up that R sound,
Yeah.
or something like that. But I think I read another thing that he also wrote lyrics for, I guess, some lyrics for Agnostic Front's second album.
Makes sense.
Which I haven't heard in a long time, but that sounds like, I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounds neat. Yeah, so production, gritty, bare, budget, fucking.
I think it sounds good for like.
I like for this. I like what it is.
For how ambitious it is, production is impressive. I guess having that Roadrunner money right off the bat will help. It's a lot of cum, a lot of hatred, a lot of hilarity.
Fucking. So yeah, by track 3, you already know what the whole album is.
Yeah,
it's all pretty much the same kind of thing. Super long songs, sludgy, fast, and some mid-pace rock, and it's just alternating between those 3.
Or they're gonna fuck with you like Glass Walls of Limbo (parentheses dance mix).
That's right.
But it's just chanting and chains.
Chanting, chains, and growls.
It's very like Western Native American vibe.
I like it. It's kind of cool.
It's a cool little like, I don't know, like to break up the album.
Here's the problem though. It's clearly meant to break up the album. It's not a song. It's it's like a sound piece. But it's like 6 minutes. That's really long for a fucking palate cleanser.
Yeah,
that's not even a song.
Could have been shorter.
That's the definition of the entire discography though. Could have been shorter. But it's long and kind of ridiculous on that front. But I found that once you settle in, that medieval mood that it kind of sets up, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool.
I think my favorite song on here is Gravitational Constant.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
That song, I had to stop what I was doing. I was like, I love this. I love this. I fucking love this. Like that, I don't know, you can't really call it a chorus, but that chorus type thing where the full on harmonized vocals come in. Oh, dude, it's so heavy and melodic, and it's somehow prettier than everything else in the whole album. And it's a perfect closer for the record.
Yeah, it's the best of the Danzig sound, the goth, and the doom, just baked together in a nice gumbo on that song. This song, they love to do cover songs.
Oh, right.
I think Hey Pete's their worst cover song.
Well,
second worst cover song.
I think it's their worst. But Hey Pete, the reason why I gave it a pass, it is a bonus track. So I'm like, okay, fine. At least it's a bonus track. It's like a consistent bonus track. It's like on everything.
Also, I guess because it's Jimi Hendrix, Hey Joe, but Hey Pete, it does not really sound like Hey Joe, at least.
You know it is though, and it's funny how we say Jimi Hendrix. It's not even Jimi Hendrix. It's Jimi Hendrix made the best version of it.
Yeah,
the same thing he did with All Along the Watchtower.
Yeah,
but it's Hendrix's version of Hey Joe, but with Peter Steele's lyrics talking about himself, and it's cute. It's funny, but it's still just a gruffer and heavier Hey Joe, and I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
But also, like, not everything works for me. Even still, like Prelude to Agony, it's like it's fine. It's not particularly bad. It's just the same, but not as memorable. It's pretty fucking ugly. And it's also one of the earliest kind of instances we get a lot of the Sabbathy.
Yes, I noted that. More the Sabbath, more the sludge on there than other songs. Also,
for some reason, I was most offended by the misinterpretation of silence and its dangerous consequences, because it's a literal minute of silence.
Oh, yeah.
And I was fucking eat my ass, dude. Don't fucking interrupt your album with a long, super long album song title and then have it. Fuck you. I know it's a joke though, so it's kind of funny on that front.
If it was longer, it would have pissed me off.
Oh,
but
yeah. But shit like that, I always feel like just disrupts the flow of an album, because you literally makes it sound like the album's over, and then, well, thankfully after that is the best song or my favorite song on the album. So I don't know. This one, I can keep going back to this one a lot. It's something. It scratches a lot of that hardcore punk itch for me.
Mhm.
A lot of the, crazy era Melvins, sludge era Melvins, where it's just so punishing and so fucking slow. Like, I don't know. I used to hate slow music as a younger kid, but these days,
same. Yeah, I had to hear this as an adult. If I heard this as a child, or teenager, I'd outright hate it.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to give it up for this one. Had to give it up. Equal parts punk, sludge, goth, rock. It's the riffs themselves, I think, are pretty generic and rather uninteresting, and that's kind of like consistent throughout the whole discography. But just the way they do it, it's believable and it's fun, and I don't know, satisfying. I dig it. So personal favorite for me. And now let's move on to an album whose original cover I can't put on YouTube because it's a butthole, but I will put on the reissue cover. This is 1992's The Origin of the Feces.
It's also Peter Still's butthole.
It is.
Yeah.
His magnificent fucking Colossus butthole.
Okay. I restarted the song, so it's...
There we go. Sounds like a live album.
It's not a live album.
Oh, it's not a live album? Is it not a live album?
I don't know why this album exists, but...
Wake up, stupid. Hey,
imagine that.
Shit off.
Imagine that guy calling you stupid.
No.
I'm not coming into work tomorrow.
15 American dollars.
American dollars.
Because they're in Europe, right? Or quote unquote Europe.
Something like that.
Who's the real asshole here?
Probably should have time-stamped it, but also...
This is why this album exists.
Yeah.
Without these live sounds, well, we'll talk about it in a second, because you'll hear it right now. Now, tonally, I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's full sludge. That's full sludge. It's all fuzzed out.
There is a... It does... Because this is just unsuccessfully coping.
Yes. And I think people will recognize it as soon as the song kicks up.
Yeah. But it's not actually a live album, so it's like...
We'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after this fucking section is... Same goddamn. Now I'm gonna lower it because worst least favorite.
Same.
Because
Same.
Why does this fucking album exist? That was the same song. Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Are there any original songs on this album?
I think there's two.
There is two.
There's two.
One cover and one intro.
Yes. The cover song, I like a lot.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's Paranoid from Black Sabbath, but it's way different.
Yeah.
Way different.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, do you like our first album, but you want like banter? And that's all this is.
It's insane. So this is a fake live album of re-recordings of all the songs from the first album. And I don't understand why.
I don't either. I don't fucking get it.
I think they wanted to make a live album, but something happened or so, but like, I don't, maybe because like, it's so much more expensive to make a studio album than a live album. Why not just make a live album?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't fucking get it. I would, maybe someone listening knows why they fucking did this, but it is one of the most unnecessary albums we've ever covered.
Easily. This is more insulting than Noise' second album.
Yes.
Because at least that one had like half original songs, and then the repeats were like sped up and slowed down.
Yeah.
These are just the same songs.
Wait, isn't Are You Afraid?
Yeah, but that's like an intro. That's the intro that they would play to Gravity live.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Gravity comes on right after that. By the way, Gravity is Gravitational Construct, our favorite song from the last album. But so all the songs that are re-recorded, they're just renamed.
Yeah, there are some things that are done differently. Like, I don't recall, it didn't catch my attention on the first album, but like, and this I did times. There's this part where they sing "I Can See God," and it's very like strapping young lad. And I don't want to say for sure, but I think it wasn't as strapping young lad like on the first album. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of that.
Yo. Oh, which song is this?
Gravity. Or maybe at times.
You're right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It sounds like Devin when he screams a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The song is still fucking rad though. Like
I know it's still my favorite. It's
here's
still
the
my
thing.
favorite.
All the songs they're just re-recorded songs of I already like them. I like them. I should like this album. It's the fucking principle of it, dude.
Yes.
It's the fact that they like.
This band's gonna turn Mike New York.
Dude, I'm already brainwashed. I am Peter Steele. A literal foot shorter though. But so Gravity also, it's still a great fucking song, but it's still not as good as the first album's version. They took away all those badass harmonies, vocal harmonies that I was in love with. Now it's just kind of like just this. Peter's just kind of shouting over it. It's still a good part, but it's like fucking neutered the whole. Yeah.
I don't even think there's like much else to say about it other than like just fucking listen to Paranoid. Like,
yeah, Paranoid, it's really good. But also, the only thing I thought was kind of a step up from the original was Pain, because it's Prelude to Agony, but it's 2 minutes. No, that's Kill Tonight. Sorry, Kill Tonight is a 2 minute 0 tolerance. But Pain, I think, I don't know how long it is, but it's way short. It's like 4 minutes, right?
Yes, it's 4 minutes
compared to like 12 or of the original. So
yes,
I'm telling you right now, you give me a 4 minute version of a 12-minute song, you're my friend. I like that version more.
Yeah.
But also Kill Tonight is a 2 minute 0 tolerance, which I thought I would like because the same reason. Sure, it feels pointless.
It doesn't work.
Too short, feels pointless. By the way, you got Kill You Tonight Reprise, which is just the full version. Like, I don't understand what this album is.
I don't either. It's baffling. Like, what the fuck? I don't. Yeah. Outside of like, hey, I want to put my butthole on an album cover.
Hilarious, by the way. Goddamn. I wish you could put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Best, most awesome album cover ever.
Yeah. It's disgusting and hilarious and hairy. Very hairy, but goddamn it, that guy was really funny.
He did not get his butthole bleached for that album cover.
No. Oh, God. I see it every day in my nightmares. But
you guys could just go to Wikipedia if you want to see it.
It's right on there.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, even on streaming, it's this version. It's not the original. Like it's like they don't want his butt no more.
No, why risk it?
Why risk it? I suppose. But yeah, inexplicable album. Obvious worst. Obviously his favorite because it's like, I mean, fucking. Come on. And here's the thing. It was also because this was going to be worse no matter what, just because it's
not a principle. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was also my least favorite because I just ended up enjoying the rest of the discography, which I found to be surprising and very nice.
As someone who's in neutral territory, I can say the same. Like, when I got to the end, I was just like, well, none of these are really stinkers.
No.
It's not fair to give them.
Yeah. It's all this. It's all this fucking the origin of the feces, you sack of shit. Well, anyway, good songs though. Just listen to the first album, I suppose. Unless you like fake live sounds. They're kind of some of the banter is funny, but like again, it's not.
I don't know. It's just like, oh, there's a bomb threat. We gotta.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was, that's because they were treated kind of like shit. They got a lot of backlash for their lyrics and their jokes, and people were just so like, "Fuck you guys, this is let's make fun of you" or something. So I appreciate that, but you know what? I would call this a spin-off album more than a fucking regular album. But let's move on anyway to the one that made them.
Yes.
Oh boy, this is a big album, everybody.
Not just them, but a record label.
They fucking made people so much money. They made everyone else so much money.
Yes.
This is 1993's Bloody Kisses.
I'm gonna skip the.
Oh yeah.
We got volume on.
We don't. Sorry.
Forgive her.
Forgive her.
Sounds like Vin Diesel.
It is Vin Diesel. He's too short to play him in the biopic.
Everyone in Hollywood is too short to play Peter Steele. Everyone except for the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Well, what about?
He's literally the same height.
I think Stephen Merchant is the appropriate height, but he's too
skinny.
Too skinny. Yeah.
What's that dude with that stupid fucking last name? The Italian guy, Deadshot, not Deadshot.
Oh, Joe.
I'm gonna
throw a curveball.
Yeah.
For some reason, Hollywood movie Peter Still's getting made. Gary Goldman is Peter Still. He's got the height.
Yeah.
He's got the face.
A little bit. He's a little bit Jewier, but for sure.
Yeah.
You can pull it off. You get the bone structure.
Yeah.
I've grown to really like this song a lot. I didn't at first.
It's definitely a song that, like, gets beaten into your head the more you listen to it.
It's so 90s, man. And he's doing this now.
Yes.
He's now this guy.
Yes.
Love it.
It went from, like, jokes about cum and butts to, like, the polar opposite of, like, super sensual.
Very sexual.
Yeah.
A lot of it's still funny, though. There's still a lot of joke songs on here.
Oh,
It's just, the presentation is so fucking intense.
Yes. This guy fucks.
Oh, he fucks. Again, it's so generic, but I just like it so much.
It's the same way. I was like, it's a whatever song, but I could see how if this was on the fucking radio,
Crank that motherfucker when you're driving,
dude. Yeah, this is totally one of those songs where you're like, I don't love it, but I'm not going to change the radio station because it's not bad. This was kind of hard because I'm very new. I'm just going to give this best.
You son of a bitch.
I'm just going to give it best because I am kind of neutral and I feel like this is what their fans like, right?
I don't agree. I don't agree with their fucking fans.
The other albums, I couldn't justify it. So I'm like, this is the one. I will give this.
And here's the thing. I like this album, but this wasn't even in my final top 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
that's wild.
This is not, I do not think this is their best, but I still really fucking enjoy it. This presentation is so 90s. It's an earworm, dude. Songs like that, you're saying, like, it's not the most innovative, it's not the most interesting, but something about the more you hear it, the more it's like,
all right.
You know what? Fuck yeah, dude.
So this is the first album to go gold and platinum. For Roadrunner Records. 1993, what a magical world where an album like this can go platinum. And even though I don't love it, I love the idea of an album like this. That what is platinum? Like 10?
It's 1 million.
Million?
I believe it's 1 million.
I love the idea that 1 million people
that's
or more, whatever.
I think it's 1 million. I don't know for sure, actually.
Let me look this up.
Look it up. Dude, and fucking we also have to talk about the other massive hit, Black Number 1.
That's
Black
number 1. That song out of the two singles, that one works better for me than Christian Woman. Well, like right off the bat, I like that one better.
It's a great song.
It should not be give me the radio version of that song.
I just hit myself in the face. It's 11 minutes, but the radio version is 4.5.
Give me the radio version.
But I still do like it a lot. Yeah. And also one thing he does on the past couple albums, but it's a very prominent thing. Mr. Peter Steele loves to roll his R's.
Does he?
Rolling his R's.
I didn't. I think I was just so lost in the sultry. I'm Peter Steele.
Dude, he rolls them all over. He rolls them a lot, like all over the place. But it was that song that I was like, oh, he does this. Okay, he just does this from now on. I get it. But that's also the first real instance that I got of the Danzig vibe, the real Danzig vibe, because this band is now in that same category, kind of more gothy, more synthy and floaty with like, not female vocals, but like, well, sometimes female vocals, but like, harmonized stuff. Danzig didn't do so much of that, but still the same kind of really sleazy strip club rock. I don't know what else to call it.
Oh man. Again, don't love this band, but yeah, I wish strippers were stripping to this instead of like, I don't know what fucking Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know what strippers listen to.
Never been to a strip club,
dude. You're not missing out on much.
I bet not.
Yeah,
but
that's why it's so surprising to hear a song like "Kill All White People." It's this hardcore punk. Like
it is, and it's like I know Carnivore, his band before this was like thrash.
Yeah.
So everything I read is like, oh, so we know Typo Negative had a lot of thrash elements, but it's like it sounds punk. It doesn't even sound thrash, or it sounds like the earliest kind of crossover thrash. Not like Metallica. Not Slayer.
Yeah.
It's way more hardcore punk than anything else. And yeah, that song, it's pretty fucking good. And also the sludge aspects in that song are fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And then I guess the other time they go back to it is We Hate Everyone.
Yeah.
So it's that one, they go a little more goth, but it's still kind of neat having those two songs to break up this very, very long album.
I really like where that song goes. I don't like the punk stuff at the beginning.
We Hate Everyone?
Yeah. I'm not too into all that. Also, guitarist Kenny Hickey does a lot of vocals in this band. He does a lot of mostly backup, but sometimes he'll sing like a verse or a chorus or something like that. I don't like him on that song. I like him most of the time. He's fine. But on that song particularly, I didn't care for him. But when it goes to that weird, noisy sludge thing, from that point on, I'm like, yeah, this rules. This fucking rules.
Yeah, yeah. And then I will say the title track is kind of hurt a little bit by that because it's not a bad song, but like also I wanted to take a nap during it.
At that point, the album is too long. At the point that the title track comes on, it's like, okay, this is a lot to sit through. And I still think it's a good song. Homeboy's voice is disturbingly low. My God. Like, cause yeah, Peter Steele, he's a bass player, but he's also a bass voice. He's
all bass.
He's all bass.
Yeah.
He's all bass. And dude, his voice, he makes Barry White look like a bitch, dude. He goes so low. It's like, oh my God. Like, are you shaking the floor? It's like, oh my God, it's so low. And also, but fucking, you had to have seen the music video for Black Number One.
Maybe back in the day, but dude, I'll watch it after this. I'll watch it after this.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. He's playing, everyone knows this. He's playing a stand-up bass like a bass guitar. It's fucking hilarious, dude. I love it.
Can't wait to watch it.
I mean, you might as well use your massive height for something, right? Like visually.
To play a stand-up.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Let me just say, I'm surprised it took this long for them to indulge in porn guitars because them playing porn guitars seems like an obvious.
Seems obvious. It's of the era.
Yeah, and like they're super sexual, but you don't get it until Summer Breeze.
Summer Breeze. What do you think of that cover?
Not as good as Paranoid, but still solid.
I think Paranoid is their best cover, though.
I think so too.
I think it's still pretty solid. I actually like the cover, and so they're pretty much not known for the covers, but they're highly regarded because their covers are always like so transformed. And I was hoping to like them more than I did. It's an even split. Like I like half of them, I don't like half of them. That one is on the side that I do like. But what the hell else is on here?
I will say they start playing around with alternative rock.
Yeah.
Before, where I don't think that was a factor on the, I'll just say previous album, not even albums.
Previous album.
It wasn't really a factor, but then when did I start? Oh, Too Late, Frozen.
Oh, fuck that song.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that I was like, there's no way this is best. Songs like that.
You hear. Yeah. And even though that was like.
That's in the song. I didn't just make that up.
Yeah. That's also when you start hearing that they just love the Beatles.
They
too
do
much.
love the Beatles a lot. But all those wimpy ass sung vocals, like put it on for a second.
Okay, we'll do.
Because right out the gate of that song, it's like, oh my God, what is this? Probably gonna take an hour to start because this is an 8-minute song, by the way.
But it's not that. It doesn't start. Most of the songs never start off bad. And
It's so goofy.
alt rock.
It is.
Yeah.
This.
Yes.
This sounds like the worst parts of Jane's Addiction.
Yeah. That's a good way to.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and that's like that. It's so goofy.
That's when the genre mixing gets a little forced on songs like that.
I mean, of course, when it gets gothy and sludgy later on, it gets so much better, and even has like some psychedelic vocals in there. But it's so long, and it has so much of that like hokey shit, like or dorky shit, really. And like, all right.
They also go full psychedelia with the sitar.
Oh wait, which song is that?
I'm always in for that. Can't Lose You.
Can't Lose You. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Other than that, super 90s. Like you take away the sitars, everything else is such a 90s song.
Yeah, I'm like that Rick and Morty meme where I'm like, you said sitars, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dude, and every time because they use the sitars a few times, every time they do it works. Every time they do it works.
I'm glad you said that because I can't say that. I can't. You can say that.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. Also, this is not so much related to the music, but I don't know if you noticed, Alex. Every album cover is green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a green boy.
I should have worn a green shirt, but also
I wore green pants because of that. Yeah.
At this point in LA, it's just too hot for me to care what I'm wearing.
Right.
So
on the video, this looks like it's kind of blue. I swear to you, it's a hue of green. But also,
I'm surprised these women aren't like. I thought I was going to click on the Wikipedia and it'd be like featuring like porn stars, and I guess they're not.
Yeah, because since we're on that topic, did you see Peter Snow's appearance on Jerry Springer?
No.
I saw it years ago, and then I watched it again today because I was like, I should watch it again. Like I refresh my memory, like what the hell? Why was he even on there? And the episode, I mean, it's so stupid. The television in general is stupid, but back then it was like, oh wow, this is dorky. It's about groupies. The whole thing was about groupies. They had like a group of groupies, and they were talking about all the things that they do. They brought out some nobody musician guy who was like just embarrassing to look at, and he's asking him about groupies, and he's like, and they brought up Peter Steele, who was a god among men, and he's like the most humble dude, and he's like, it happens. And he's like, well, have you ever said yes to these? He's like, I plead the Fifth Amendment on that one.
So yes.
Yeah. So yes, of course, but it was what it seemed like was it was way more not so so much porny of a band. They don't seem like they were like, it looks like that from like all the imagery and all this stuff.
The lyrics.
I think they were just a regular rock band in terms of like, they fucked whoever came to the shows. It wasn't like they're like Danzig seems more porny than Typo Negative.
I don't know. They did a lot. Typo Negative did a lot of coke. Or Peter still did. I don't know about the rest of the band.
But he did later on in life. He started when he was like a little older.
Yeah.
So that's also another interesting thing too. But
And then after this, Sal would quit the band.
Right.
At their peak.
What a moron. Wait,
peak.
he joined another band, right?
Life of Agony.
Who?
They're a New York hardcore band.
How are they doing?
I mean, they're still around.
Okay, well, there
yeah.
it is. Maybe you chose the
they're
right thing.
still like in the scene, but they're not like popular the way Typo Negative
Right,
is.
right.
But
Yeah. That's an interesting thing to leave when they were this huge. But yeah, so this is a what am I saying? Yeah, like the punk aspects, the sludge aspects, they've definitely taken a backseat in favor of the more mid-paced rock, gothy, even pop kind of stuff. I think it's very cool. But
I will say, if I'm being beaten over the head with Christian Woman on the radio, I am in 1993. I'm definitely buying this album at some point. Yeah,
probably.
I get it.
It's good. Alex's best. I don't think it's the best because I do think it's pretty inconsistent and it's extremely long. And when it's inconsistent and that long, it starts to you start to dip in and out. And I don't like how that feels in my body. But also one last thing, because it is a bonus track, but Suspended in Dusk is fucking great.
Really? I was burnt out.
How that screams Alex to me. It's so fucking
I got the other album fucking queued up and you do this shit to me.
Sorry, it's so good. And I'm like angry that it's not on the album. Like it's not officially on the album.
Maybe I'll just listen to it on its own. Because I like the idea of blending the doom metal with the psychedelic vocals, and I was burnt the fuck out.
Long album. Long discography. Oh. When I hear just brutal shit like that, I'm already.
You ever listen to Burning Lich?
Never.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna send you that album.
All right. Oh, this is like one of their heaviest songs.
That is true. I think definitely being tacked on at the end of an 80-minute album doesn't do it any favors.
I believe on the physical release, it's the first track of disc 2 with the bonus stuff.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. You're right. I was wrong.
This is very cool.
I was wrong on that one.
God damn. Like I really wished in general that they leaned into the sludge more, because when they fucking do it right, it's as good as the greats.
Sure.
I fucking love it. But time to move on. We still have a lot left.
They're too sludgy and doomy for the goth kids, too goth for the sludge and doom kids.
But apparently just right for every girl I've met that has black hair, because they fucking love this band.
Black, number one. Sorry.
We're going to do that every 10 minutes to the minute for the rest of this episode. So now we're on to the follow-up. 3 years later, this is 1996's October Rust.
Skipping 2 tracks.
Yep. They like joke intros now.
Oh, we need volume, Mike.
Sorry, I keep doing that.
I will say on each version, the intro track is different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like that for the next album.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So this is like one of the most famous songs, I think, right? It's been covered to death.
Has it? Is it because it's called Love You to Death, so it's been covered to death?
Had to have been. Also bringing in some dramatic ass pianos. Breast. He does roll the R's.
They wait like.
And I can feel what they say.
I can't wait till this song starts up. It gets me very excited. Paul Bearer covered this song.
That makes sense. That makes 100%. Also, all the drums are programmed on here.
Wild. It took me a minute to figure that one out. Oh, that bass tone is fucking amazing.
It's good.
I am your son.
kind of silly. Yeah.
If you don't like this song, you don't like Typo Negative, because that's fucking.
I love that shit.
That is a good song. I like Be My Druidess.
Love that song.
The bass line's cool.
Dude.
And he says, I'll do anything to make you come.
He sings that line,
I'll do anything to make you come.
and he does it a lot, right?
Yeah.
And at some point, I just started bursting out laughing.
Yeah, same.
It's just the
Same.
And it's a legit good song, even without that hilariously great line. This is the album where it clicked for me. Where I heard it the first time, I'm like, that's cool, it's fine. And then second listen, that Love You to Death, I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
That's how I knew I was like, I don't love anything yet. I don't think this band is for me.
Oh man, I love it. I mean, I don't love this. This one, it came down to this one. This was one of the ones I was like, I might give this best, but I couldn't because again, the inconsistency. Green Man, it's more of the same. It's not awful.
Too similar to Druidess, and it doesn't hit as hard. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's right after it.
Yeah,
it's way too close.
Yeah,
and also, there's the jokey stuff doesn't work so much for me in here. Like My Girlfriend's Girlfriend. You like it?
I think that works.
Really?
I like the spooky, corny Halloween vibe because, like, before they're this leaning kind of into the humor of like crude lyrics.
Yeah.
And then My Girlfriend's Girlfriend is like, we're going to lean into like the musical aspects of like silly, cheesy stuff.
That's funny because it's funny you see because the organ at the very beginning.
Love the organ.
Sounds like fucking Smash Mouth, dude.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
Hilarious.
Somebody.
Oh, dude.
That's why I love it because it sounds like Smash Mouth.
All right, fair enough. And also not just those two, but like Burnt Flowers Fallen. Again, it's just predictable 90s, rocking.
I thought
I don't feel like it's that much different than anything else.
I thought it was one of the stronger tracks.
Really?
And like if you go back and listen to the bass playing on it, Peter Steele's going hard, not just because he is hard all the time, but
always.
Like that is like crazy bass lines from him.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Last problem I have with the album.
Yes.
The cover of Cinnamon Girl. Don't love it. I don't like it.
I like it better than Summer Breeze.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Because I like Neil Young a lot.
Yeah.
And I love me some Cinnamon Girl, dude.
Mm.
And this version, it's like it has their flair. That's cool. It's heavier, obviously, but the changes, the actual minor changes they made to the riffs themselves, I felt like only they weren't as good as the original.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care too much for what their spin on it, and it's so much more of a different vibe, than everything else on here. So you notice out. It stands out in a way. And if I liked it, it would be a good thing that it stood out. But since I don't like it,
What if they had Cinnamon Girl on right after My Girlfriend's Girlfriend?
I don't know. That's an interesting thought.
I think that might work better.
Interesting. Because these albums are so fucking lengthy, it's hard to think about them from a pacing context. Because like each song is fucking 10 minutes long. Like,
come on, bro.
How big of a difference would it make? Like, I don't even remember when it started.
Yeah.
I was fucking a different age when this thing started. But aside from that, goddamn, Red Water, so damn pretty. I love the synths on that one. Die With Me.
Red Water is also one of the heavier. Yeah. This isn't really heavy.
That's something we should actually talk about.
Yeah.
The sludge parts are pretty much not here.
Yes.
They're not. This is not a sludge album. None of them were sludge albums, but they had a lot of sludge in them.
Yes.
Here, no, none.
Yeah.
Or practically none.
Yes.
Also, no punk at all.
No.
Gone. Nothing's fast.
This is just like not full goth, but
it's full of what these guys did to goth.
Yeah, I'll say type O negative goth.
Yeah, goth metal, goth rock type thingy. I don't know. Fuck music. But Die With Me. I don't think it's the most interesting song, but it has a lot of parts that I dig, especially as it goes on. It's like it's a slow burn. Like this whole album is full of songs that are slow burning. Like you got to wait with them, and then they start to creep in there, and they start getting interesting, and a lot more things happen.
Not the best follow-up album to a mega popular album.
Disagree. I like it more than the last one.
Damn.
For the most, well, kind of, because the last one had probably no. I don't know. I like this one so much. I think this one has more songs that I don't like, but more songs that I do like. So it's like
they
right,
hit harder for you. The good ones.
The songs I like in here are like way more, and the songs I don't like way more. So it's way more dichotomized. On the side of things that I do like, in the praise of Bacchus, I was fatigued so hard by the time that song came on, and I still love it.
Out.
Still love it.
It does stand out. Also, borderline Yardling on that song.
There was no borderline. He is full in Jarl territory.
Okay.
But like low though. It's so funny.
Still Peter Still.
Again, like the last two tracks too, Wolf Moon and Haunted. If the album was shorter, I would have appreciated them more. I still like them, but it's just by the time they're on, I'm like exhausted.
Yeah, I think Wolf Moon works a little better, and I don't know. I might just go back and listen to the last tracks on their own because
you should.
Yeah, you messed me up with what the fuck with
Spinning in Dusk.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna add one more thing to Haunted. The last track here. It is the most sludgy song on the whole album.
Damn,
it's got great pianos in there. I think it.
I'm just gonna do a playlist of all their closing songs on their albums.
Great closes, but they're just
so tired.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're so tired by the time they come on.
And especially if you listen to more than one album in one day, then forget about it. There's no way. But it's a step down in diversity, no question. But I think it's like the highs are fucking glorious. I really enjoyed it. Way more than I thought I would, especially on second listen. I was blown away in a second listen.
Holy shit.
So weird. Still, the writing fairly basic. Still pretty 3/4 chord. Anybody can do this, but they just have a little flavoring of personality in there. I don't know what it is.
Nothing on this album got me to the highs of black, number one.
God damn. And that's actually a perfect thing to say. This is not a fan maker.
No.
But if you're into orgy music,
Yeah. If you love the band and you're like, give me more, this will probably scratch that itch.
For sure. So good album, interesting follow-up. Last thing to note, because it's going to be for the next few albums. You said it briefly. It's not a drummer on there. It's
program drums.
But what's his name? Kelly. Of course, I forgot his fucking name already. We'll find out. I swear to God, in 3.
Johnny Kelly.
There we go, Johnny Kelly. He's credited on all the albums as drums, even though he doesn't play them, and he tours with them. So it's like, why not?
I have no fucking idea, but maybe he was this busy.
I was thinking because he plays in like a million bands, maybe. But they still sound fine. I didn't even realize they weren't real drums.
I'm never sitting there this is program stuff.
Because it's also not the kind of band that it matters. They're not doing fills. They're not a Philly kind of prog band. They're really slow, consistent rhythms. So you don't even notice. It sounds great either way. But the next 2 albums are also going to be programmed drums. So time to move on. This is 1999's World Coming Down.
I wish it was spelled C-U-M.
That would be silly, Alex. This is not a silly band. It is a silly band. It's not a silly album, though.
Also, I will say some of their song titles seem problematic. Rarely are when you read the lyrics, they are.
They're funny guys.
Yeah.
They're New York guys, dude. Yeah.
Like the song's White Slavery, but it's about coke.
It's about coke.
Yeah. This got me so fucking amped.
I knew it would.
After the last album.
Wasn't expecting this much slow.
No, I was like, fuck yes.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Also, those programmed bass drums just nice and punchy.
They sound great.
Yeah.
Sound great.
Restless, craving.
How long is the song, Alex?
It's pretty. No, for typo negative, it's 8 minutes. That's
8 minutes.
fine.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
In on
Yeah, this song is. Okay.
Hell yeah. Oh man. So this is a dark goddamn album. Let's talk about it.
Yes, heavier, fuzzier, moving away from the sexually charged lyrics.
Best album.
Damn.
Yep. This one, it was like this is the most consistent. I like pretty much every song on here.
It didn't stick with me.
Oh, you're wrong, Alex. You're wrong.
Not that it's bad. It just didn't like stay with me.
Again, it's more typo negative. It's more
Yes.
of exactly what they do. It's not like a crazy departure of anything, but the sludge is back, and they're doing a little bit. I want to say and don't want to say a lot of jazzy stuff, like
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
That main hook to "Who Will Save the Sane."
Mhm.
It's like it's groovy. It's almost jazzy. It has, you know what? Put it on just that
Just a little bit.
the beginning of it, because that's a man. That song is fucking rad. I love that song.
That.
Oh yeah.
Are rolling.
I think that his voice is just so deep. You don't
It
even.
overpowers. Oh, that song is fucking great. Yeah, it goes through a lot of changes too.
Yeah,
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, even the drums have like that upbeat.
Yeah, it's got swing to it.
Yeah.
It's solid. The whole thing is fucking solid. Title track, great bendy guitars all over the place, and then again another example of the semi jazziness in a way. The bass line to "Creepy Green Light."
I didn't care for that song.
It's so doomy. It's doomy as shit. I love it.
Maybe like in a few months, I'll be like, bro, I fucking love typo negative.
They're fucking great, dude. They're fucking great.
They're fucking sick, bro.
Oh, everything dies too. It's sludge with damn near adult contemporary piano.
I just felt like Everything Dies is just kind of taking up space.
Oh, I disagree. It's unexpected and fun. I love it.
I mean, it's the single off the album, I think. So
Is it? Is
yeah.
it? I misspoke. The bass lines to Creepy Green Light I do love them, but it's not the jazz. The jazzy part I was thinking about are from Parade Blaze.
Parade
That's
Blaze,
what I'm thinking of.
Hey, I have mixed feelings about that
It's
song.
very pop.
Yes.
It goes full pop at certain points.
There are interesting parts in that song.
I dig it a lot. Some serious Sabbath there too, like a lot of their albums and songs, but it's a interesting hodgepodge. It's got the pop, it's got the fucking jazzy, it's got the Sabbath. It's an interesting song.
And then what I think is their worst cover song.
Are you serious?
I do not.
The Beatles medley?
I forget what we said was their. Oh yeah, I think I'd rather listen to Hey Pete over this Beatles medley.
So, and here's why I disagree. Because it's a medley. It's a Day Tripper. The second one, I forget.
Second one,
and-
Day Tripper. If I Needed Someone, Day Tripper reprise, and then I Want You. She's So Heavy.
Yeah, she's so heavy. So the Day Tripper shit is like goofy and out of place, and like it makes it's just
It's fucking Day Tripper.
it's Day Tripper will always be the most happy upbeat song in the world.
Yeah.
No matter how you play it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't care about how many fuzz pedals you put on it. It's gonna sound like that.
She was a Day Tripper.
And then the song, the second one, I keep forgetting. Whatever. Don't tell me. I don't deserve to know because I forgot already. Again, same. Forgettable. Don't care for it at all. Not a fan. Is least favorite of the fucking covers in the bad camp. And then the way they do She's So Heavy, I love so much.
Interesting.
Because not only did they make a Beatles song, a sludge song, and pull it off.
Because
but-
heavy is in the title.
Because heavy is damn heavy. It doesn't sound weird at all because She's So Heavy is already like a really dark riff to begin with. Playing it all sludge and fucking creepy, like the little background melody is played with these spooky synths, fits wonderfully. And it's the last track on the album, so it slows down into a fucking crawl with like every measure. It slows down a little bit, slows down until finally it's so fucking slow you don't think it can get any slower, and then it cuts off. I love the way it ends.
Well, that's how the original is.
It's like that, but it doesn't go that slow though.
No.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
doesn't.
Like the way it takes sludge to a whole new level of stopping the song almost.
Yeah. Also, listening to you talk about it and describe it, I just realized like, oh shit, like Ghost. I think they did Here Comes the Sun. Like,
Oh yeah,
that.
it's a great cover.
Yeah, that version doesn't exist without this though.
That's interesting. Yeah, Ghost Here Comes the Sun cover. It's a Here Comes the Sun, but they just made everything minor key. They changed everything that was major is now minor, and it's a transformative cover. I think it works really well. Different song.
Yeah,
clearly.
they definitely have. Well, for their sounding, they definitely have typo negative to thank for that.
I hope so. A lot of people think typo negative for quite a bit, so I wouldn't be surprised. But this one, the same way I couldn't give Bloody Kisses or October Rust, I believe is, if I forgot the name, it was October Rust. I almost forgot what it's fucking called. The same reason I couldn't give them best, because I just like it's long and it's inconsistent. There's always one in there that's like does something weird or like what the fuck, or it's like annoying, or just consistent. The only song I don't love the most is All Hallows Eve, but I don't even hate it. It's just kind of samey.
Yeah.
Way at the end. I'm already on board with the rest of the album. Don't care.
Already sold.
Yeah. Super. It's interesting the whole way through. Consistent. The writing is hookier. Arrangements are a little deeper. There's a lot more organs, like Phantom of the Opera organs in there.
I do love those organs.
And the sludge is back, and that's just. It's just. It also sludge is back. No punk. Which is kind of what I wanted the whole time. I just wanted them to be super slow. I love punk, obviously, but like, not for these guys.
Personally, it's back, but I think it gets better.
Interesting. But yeah, my best, I think it's also, no, we can't move on without talking about how fucking dark this album is.
Oh yes.
This is their most brutal album.
Yeah, there's a reason they didn't spell coming CUM.
It's a very serious album. It's like
dealing with drug addiction, multiple people in his life dying.
It's no jokes on here.
No.
This is all super, super morbid. And the thing I read was that after this tour, they played the title track at future shows. The only song from this album they would play is the title track.
Oh, because this is too much.
He said it was too. Yeah, he didn't like hearing these songs again.
Damn.
Which is like also it adds to
white slavery is fucking.
It's a banger. How did you not, dude? That's God. And still, Who Will Save the Sane? I mean, I get him not wanting to play that because it's about him going to like getting psychiatric help for his bipolar and stuff.
Yeah.
I get not wanting to talk about that, but the song is rad, dude. Fucking change the lyrics or something. It's a great song.
Dude, good thing he didn't live long enough to hear Lingua Ignota.
Oh.
Because that would just fucking destroy him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. That makes me sad. They should have existed in the same world.
She is like
open book. Let's rip off the scabs, baby.
Darkest, most like honest.
I've taken lots of influence from her lyrics. I've been very honest as well. I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about it.
If you couldn't tell from our podcasts and us wearing the shirts, I was
constantly
fucking excited for that album.
Oh yeah, the 2 singles released. I've abstained from both singles because I want to hear them with the album. I love her, but I want to hear the album. Same with Deaf Heaven.
I've pre-ordered both those albums.
That's good shit. And that's our obligatory sponsored Lingua Ignota plug for the day. But I dig it. I dig it a lot. This is a great fucking album. But depressing, dark, more upsetting than all their albums. So it also stands out to me in that way because it's also the least happy. So
despite having Day Tripper
I know it's odd, but we got a couple more. So now we're on to 2003's Life Is Killing Me.
Volume, Mike.
Sorry.
I was like, this is a really cool intro. I guess it's music from the Munsters.
Is it?
Yeah, they just did the typo negative thing with music from the Munsters.
Because I know it's like some old composer that made this, and I couldn't fucking recognize it. But it works.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. It is a little bit misleading because this is like 40 seconds and then the next song.
Not even close. Not even
No.
close.
I think the next song is good though.
It is.
I don't wanna be.
I don't want to be.
I don't wanna be.
I can't tell if you're breathing or he's breathing, but it's awesome. Also, the alt rock, it's like this fucking works though.
It's full. The fact of being punky again.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
I like this riff a lot.
Arguably, they're catchy. Arguably, like the catchiest song since.
One of the catches for sure.
Yeah.
Glass houses, one teaspoons, 14 yellow, 6 are blue. Could it be worse? Wiped out one. I don't wanna be me.
I need to know if a friend of the podcast, Matthew Berlinski, fucks with typo negative.
That's a good question.
I might have to call him because they're both New York and like
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him.
Also, they're very Danzig-y. I know he's a big Danzig guy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of the reasons why I like them so much. But I like that song. I thought it was a little too long for its own good. And
It could be short.
it's an
A
interesting.
lot of these songs could be shorter.
I don't like it as an opener. I think it's pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Because like their openers have always been like these big fucking pounding heavy
That's
things.
true.
And that was like more like upbeat
This
kind of-
pop, yeah.
Yeah, very poppy.
I don't want to be.
I don't want to be me. Also, that Beatles influence on Less Than Zero, pretty extreme, but real nice. Those
I was gonna
sitars-
say, I don't even know if that's a good song, but again, we got sitars. We're gonna run these vocals through a fucking flanger.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
in.
pretty good.
I'm in.
A
Yeah.
lot of changes in there. Interesting song. I dig it. I dig it a lot.
And then like Todd Ship Gods. What the like? I wasn't. It's a little groovier that I wasn't expecting it to be like.
I didn't like that one.
I dig
Not a
it.
fan. Interesting.
I was like, holy shit! Like for a little while, you know, the way this album was going, like thinking about giving it
Interesting because
best.
it was the pacing of this first half that made me kind of like kick it out of the running because I think it's backloaded like a motherfucker. I think like the last 6 songs I'm like, yes, I'm into all of these, or maybe even 7. So like the last 7 songs I'm really into, starting from the title track pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fucking good. But Todd Ship Gods, I'm not too big on that one. I don't like I like Goyle so much.
New
They're ba-
York.
they're
It's
back to-
very Ramones.
It's another joke song. It's back to being they're back to having joke songs,
Yes.
which is nice that he's happier again. That was about because we have to talk about it at some point. Fucking Peter Steele posed in Playgirl. There's no way we're fucking glossing over that little fun fact.
Yeah, him and Shawn Michaels is fucking fucking legends.
And we can, hey, any of us at any point, we can just do a little Google, take a look for ourselves. And I won't. I'm afraid of how big his cock is, dude. I found terrifying. But the funny thing about that was because this was a different time and no one, things like this seem obvious to us now. But back then, people just didn't know that women didn't read Playgirl.
It's mostly
It's gay guys reading Playgirl. No women look at other men's dongs just hanging out. Like it's fucking. It's such a like. It's no shit to us now, but he found that out And he's like, oh man.
It was
oh,
yeah,
man.
that was the same way with Shawn Michaels. Yeah.
Like, oh, fucking dang it. So that's and that's what that song is about, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So he's like, he even mentioned it on the Jerry Springer interview. He's like, yeah, girls come up to me, guys too. Like,
hey man,
that's it's not for me.
Compliments are compliments.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, so it's funny. But the song itself is like almost pop punk. You know, it's not for me. Especially I don't really care for pop punk in general. But I like them slower and heavier, as I keep saying. I don't care too much for the punk side.
Keeping it on wrestling. How could she? Almost the NWO theme. Almost.
It's not. But
it's
I
got
like
the vibes. Yeah, it's got the NWO theme vibes.
So one thing I will say about that song, as well as I like Goyles. I have to say Goyles because that's what it's called, but it's
Goyles.
It's girls, but spelled Goyles accent. I didn't like both of those at first listen. Second listen, I don't love them, but I like them a lot more. I like them. And How Could She is another example. It's almost like full on indie alternative.
Yeah.
And then it goes like crazy hard rock.
There's some thrash. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not terrible. It's not my favorite, but it's not terrible.
Title track. There's some like guitars kind of sound like video game stuff. I dig it. It gets kind of boring, but
I was pretty well. So on first listen, I was like, it's decent. It's decent. Second listen, I was like, okay, I was for sure fatigued when I first heard this album because I liked that one a lot more on second listen. Like I liked this album in general way more on second listen. It's just, again, there's so much. There's so much here.
I think the Beatles fandom is most obnoxious on We Were Electrocuted.
Yeah.
Or Electrocute.
We were electrocuted. So weird title. I like the song. I think it's a good song. I really, because like it opens up with this progression, whatever, this riff, and it doesn't return to it for like a really long time. It goes to this other stuff and all the other stuff. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. And it goes back to that main riff. And I'm on, like, I wish the whole song was just that, because it's poppy as shit, but it's super fuzzy. It's super fuzzy. It's way heavier, and it's a legitimately interesting progression. I think it's neat.
To me, best song in the back half. I'm not going to try to say it, but give me that track 11.
Oh, wait.
The IYD.
Oh, it's If You Don't Kill Me, I'm gonna kill you. Wait, if you don't kill me, I'm going to have to kill you. I think.
Whatever.
I'm gonna have to kill you. If you don't kill me, I'm gonna have to kill you. Sorry.
Rad, heavy,
good song. Yeah, funny and just. No, I'm thinking of something else. That song, the chorus thing, the fucking. They're doing this crazy slide thing, both guitar and bass.
Yeah,
it's very, very interesting, very cool. They don't do anything like that hardly ever. It's
an outlier. Yeah,
it's an outlier. It's very interesting, and also with that same fucking song. At the very end, they start doing this chromatic riff. Chromatic, for people who don't know, it's just a da 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 da. It's just just everything in a row, all the same half step.
Every Hans Zimmer soundtrack,
sure, but it is something like that at the very end. It's so fucking rad, especially when the bass comes in and with its fatness, its big old giant fuzz fatness. They're really good at little chromatic riffs, taking a standard 4-chord progression, throwing a little chromatic thing in there, and it just makes it feel bigger and fatter. And that song is one of my favorite examples of it.
Just like my cock.
Oh God! Please, everyone, Google that image for me of the Playgirl stuff.
What if he's this average?
That would be upsetting. He's 6'8". That's hilariously upsetting if he had an average cock.
Average or small. I will say things like Drunk in Paris. I wish, because that's short.
It's like a minute, right?
I wish some of the earlier like filler tracks were like that.
I wish that song was longer. I fucking liked it. I thought that was great. It's lovely.
Yeah, you don't like it as filler. You want a full blown.
I want a full on Drunk in Paris. That was great. Anesthesia is fucking rad too. That song, oh God, it has so many good sections. And it might be my favorite song on the album just because of the lyrics, Angry Inch.
Oh, from Headwing and the Angry Inch.
Yeah. It's what is it? Is it a story? Is it a play?
I don't know if it started off as off-Broadway musical, later turned into a movie. So I think it started off Broadway, but now it's considered, like a legendary musical. So
It's hilarious, especially hearing this Peter's spoken word little monologue in the
Yeah.
middle of it. It's fucking hilarious. And It's heavy as shit and super fast, and it's one of my favorite of their like thrashier songs.
yeah, I wonder if because like it's more of a rock orientated musical, if that's how he ended up.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I was making fun of the wussy theater Broadway people.
Oh,
and I
like
just
another guy's situation.
yeah, and I just wandered in, and
You learned it sarcastically?
Yeah.
Fucking. Well, it's also funny if you look at Peter Steele's influences and stuff. It's like he's influenced by all the things you think a goth rock band would be influenced by, like Depeche Mode and Devo and fucking the Beatles and like all these like just fairly
Joy Division.
Joy Division, like nothing extreme. Like,
Yeah,
and they come out with some pretty extreme stuff, which is pretty funny to me. So hearing stuff like Angry Inch, it's like, oh well, yeah, it kind of makes sense. It's not like
yeah.
he has this persona of this big old giant evil scary guy, but he's just a regular fucking dork.
I guess at the end of the day, he's a composer and game recognized game
Suppose
with
so.
Angry Inch.
What else? It's more sad with the goodness with Jeremy's Dead. I don't mind it so much. Fatigue set in pretty hard at this point, but I still like it. Still like it.
I was ready to be done.
Yeah,
but that was not.
Yeah, it's big album, big album. And the first half of it kind of kicks my ass a little bit. So I just don't care for the punk stuff, the faster stuff.
Mhm.
As a whole unit, I just think it didn't work as well for me. But still, some highlights.
Opposite for me.
There it is.
That's why there's two of us. If you pay attention to my first half review and Mike's back half review, perfect 5 out of 5 album.
There it is. Every album is a good album that we've ever covered if you just watch it the right way.
Just edit the clip. Yeah.
We got one more though. One last album. This is a big old fucking episode. It's not as long as I thought it was gonna be. Thank Christ, but still, big episode. So now, this is 2007's Dead Again.
Dead again, not dead again.
And we're back to real drums.
Yep. For some reason.
Even though they were always an option.
Yeah. This intro is fucking rad.
Yeah.
Especially when the synths come in.
Yeah, this is the big Doom intros that we're accustomed to.
Oh, love those synths.
Also, not available streaming.
Oh yeah, that's a big old mess.
But we do have a good. I feel like we've covered a few things that weren't streaming, and then after the podcast comes out,
Really?
there have been a few albums. So we have the magic touch. This
Got it. Yes, let's hope. That's a bass being played with a pick. Oh.
this is like the most Misfits thing they've done.
I wrote, reminds me of New Misfits.
Yeah. I think it's better than Michael Graves' Misfits, but
It is. It 100% is. But I don't like this so much.
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
And he really sounds a lot like Danzig in his later years. All right.
Well, it's hard to go super deep when you're singing fast.
Yeah.
Also, process of elimination. I was not expecting this, but personal favorite.
How the fuck? I'm so blown away.
Really enjoyed that. It was a nice little treat because I have fatigue. I want this to be over.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was just like, I dig this. I wasn't.
That's wild. This was one of my lesser favorite albums. I didn't hate it or anything, but I was like, all right, yeah.
Tripping a Blind Man.
It's funny.
I love it. That's
Okay.
when they go like there's some Melvin stuff in there.
Interesting, because
Yeah.
it starts out slow and doomy, then goes full speed punk pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I found it reminiscent of like a faster Motorhead.
Mm.
It has those types of riffs again, and you know, of course, turns very Sabbathy at a certain point. I'm assuming that's the Melvin part you were talking about.
Yes. Yes, some of the vocal choices and the way it's delivered.
Also, I get what you're saying about the vocal choices. These guys have sounded like Danzig on and off for years.
They have.
But this album is so Danzig-y.
The most Danzig thing they have ever done, Halloween in Heaven.
Wait. Oh,
Halloween in Heaven, Christmas in Hell.
Interesting. That's the way. It's because it's all over this album. I didn't know that one specifically, but that's interesting.
That is the silliest fucking sillier than My Girlfriend's Girlfriend.
That song. Those vocals absolutely made me laugh. I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
That is a joke. There's no way a song where you're singing Halloween in Heaven, Christmas in Hell is serious.
It is funny though, but again, the way he sounds, it is very. I just wish they didn't lean so heavily. There's so much punk on this album. It's so much more than I was expecting.
It's there, but like, fuck. The Prophet of Doom.
Okay, that one's great. That's a great song.
That song brings the Heavy Biscuits. There's like some Celtic Frost influence. There's some psychedelia. That song combined with Tripping a Blind Man. I was just like,
you're sold.
I don't even care.
So Prophet of Doom is a song another one that I thought had Danzig written all over it. Just the types of riffs, where it's like comic book evil. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, that's a good way.
It's not like black metal evil. It's like it's a little cheesier, a little bit more bluesy.
Yeah. It's the comic book character Blade. It's not gothic horror.
Yeah, it's a very it's a goofy album. I felt like it felt very upbeat and silly and like happier than pretty much everything else. Well, not everything else, but most everything else.
I will say weakest song on here is the longest song. Get these three things out of here.
Oh, you don't like these three things?
No. Although
okay,
I'm not going to cue it up because it's a fucking mess.
Right, it's long. It's 14 minutes.
When they scream before the guitar solo, that's really cool.
Scream,
guitar solo.
That's all you like?
Every it's okay. It's 14 fucking minutes.
It's 14 minutes, and it is an unwarranted 14 minutes.
Yes.
However, that song, I believe, takes the Sabbath influence to a flabbergasting level.
Sure.
Because that opening riff, it returns to it once more in the song, but it starts out with it. It's just a 1-for-1 War Pigs intro, and I don't mean like. It's like, it's not the same notes. It's not War Pigs. It's just the same exact rhythm, the same exact phrasing. And then at one point, they do the, it's the exact same, like the same exact chord that Tony Iommi uses in War Pigs. And I was like, okay. So for a split second before I looked at the track listing, I was like, oh, this must be a War Pigs cover. Just like typo negative. But it's not. And then, and then the part that comes on right after that, the section immediately following, doubles the time and goes into a more like vocal prominent and faster section, just like War Pigs.
It's just War Pigs.
It's like, it doesn't sound like War Pigs again, but it's the same structure. It's the same format. It's like they took the template and just threw their riffs on it. It's interesting. And also, last thing about that song, is that the fucking Hey Jude melody at the very end?
I think it was. I noticed like a little. I noticed a little something, and probably with their love of the Beatles.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. It's weird because like that so badly wants to be epic, but She Burned Me Down.
Oh, yeah.
It's a way better epic song.
Pretty good.
It's just
those bass vocals, dude. His vocals in that song. Like, he's one of the few singers I can't imitate because my voice doesn't go that low.
Yeah.
Like,
I maybe could if I worked on it.
Yeah. You just gotta fuck, man.
Some Tuvan throat singing.
Oh yeah. Goddamn. Yeah, that's a great song. And also it does it on one other song, but it does it better on She Burned Me Down. Goes into almost like a Russian anthem section.
Yeah.
Where it's
well, with the Rasputin.
Rasputin on
you
the
got
cover.
it.
Yeah, so it's like and also with a voice that deep, you can really make it sound like a Russian. I mean, he was part Russian, I think. I think he was part Russian. But like something about really deep chanty vocals, it just screams Russian.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. And they'd never done it before.
He is the steel curtain.
Yeah. Not bad.
Sorry for if you guys are into like geopolitical things from the 80s. Someone's like,
I think that's half our fucking audience. What else?
Some Stupid Tomorrow,
okay.
super high energy, like probably the most high energy song since like White Slave.
Well, it's way faster. It's more in the thrash territory. I did like it. Out of all the as much as I don't like all like the punk stuff on here, and that one was among the. I like that one. I actually did like that
an
one.
ode to locksmiths. Like those lyrics made me laugh because it's just silly, like PG humor.
Yeah.
Just getting locked out of your house and how thankful you are.
Stupid.
It's like, it's like some slaps. I thought it was funny, and then the closers fucking. I don't think it's pretty fun.
Oh, Hail and Farewell to Britain.
Yeah,
great song. I like that one a lot. Even though I was already pretty much fucking exhausted, I was just exhausted. Didn't matter.
Same. That's why I gave it personal, because I was just like, this album's picking me up way more than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Whoa,
oh shit!
Not like this chair.
Holy shit! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Alex. You're not fat. It's the chair's
It's
fault.
the chair.
Is it gonna hold you?
Yes, I think if I sit up straight. I'll be good.
Okay.
I'll be good. We can look at this after it's recorded.
Yeah. It's not a problem right now. Oh shit! I got to pick the chair. But what was I gonna say? There's one more thing about an Ode to Locksmiths. There's I think it's like the last section. I thought it sounded Beatlesy, but I might have like tricked myself because it might be Doorsy. It's very of that '60s era.
Yeah,
a type of riff that you don't associate with goth, you don't associate with metal, you don't associate with these guys so much. I liked it, but it just seemed so like, man, this motherfucker was listening to a lot of records from the 60s.
Yeah.
Like you could very much tell.
He needs to listen to some new music.
I don't think he's listening to anything these days, Alex.
Well, he's celebrating either Halloween in heaven or Christmas in hell, one of the two.
One of the two, let's just hope. That's the nice one. But Alex's personal favorite. I'm glad that you found some love in it, because is one of my lesser favorites.
Damn, yeah. Again, you just take our opinions, splice them.
Yep.
Perfect band.
But so
April 2010, Peter Steele died from sepsis and difficile.
Oh yeah.
I can never say it.
Hold on, I have to look at it because I can read it if I just see it. I mean, I can say it if I read it. Hold on. Diverticulitis. I just remembered it. Diverticulitis.
Yeah.
It was heart failure, and they said it was caused by that or something like that.
Yeah. Also, I don't know where I read. I don't know if these things are related to it, but like I read stomach aneurysm, which like I didn't even know people could get stomach aneurysms until my dad had one, and it's just like, yeah.
How does it even work?
This fucking, I'm sure these diseases led to the aneurysm of the stomach, where you just get fucking blood popping in your stomach and get hospitalized for it.
Shit. Okay, so you were saying we did a little edit there. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I swear to God, it's not related to his chair. His chair is fine. Nothing happened to his chair.
Nothing happened to it.
But he was saying, you're talking about the stomach aneurysms and how like they exist.
I didn't know it was a thing, but yeah, I'm sure these diseases he had led to. I don't know if it was undiagnosed in him, or
I don't know either. It just seems like
because obviously when you have an aneurysm in your stomach or brain, that's not really something people are planning.
Not the code. Yeah. It's not exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of having one next summer, but not yet.
Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, that came out of I'm sure it came out of nowhere for a lot of people. He was only like 48. He was, I mean,
I don't know.
what is it with massive giants dying young?
I don't. Well, I know like he didn't have giganticism, but like Andre the Giant. Like, yeah,
he was gonna die. Like
when you're giant, your body is your worst enemy. Yeah.
Shaq's doing all right. So is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right.
Yeah, Kareem's also Bill Russell. Oh, man, I don't even remember Bill. I think Bill Russell's still alive.
We'll never know.
But yeah, I don't know why I thought Peter Steele died recently.
It seems recently,
like
it wasn't. It was 2010.
Yeah, I could swear we had like conversations about it, and then I was like, oh, he's dead. We could do it. I don't know. I don't follow the band, so
yeah. He died long before I ever heard them. Which is, it's so wild that like, fuck man, I remember 2010 very vividly. That was goddamn 11 years ago. That's not good. Holy shit.
Yeah. But no, it is just fucking 2012 and yesterday are the same amount of time.
Pretty much. Yeah. So that's a fucking bummer. It was, it was an outpouring of tributes and fucking everyone covering their songs. Even Danzig did a fucking like tribute to him.
Fucking did.
Which is hilarious. Because honestly, if you think about it, Peter Steele is just the better Danzig, not talent wise. Just physically,
physically, and he probably has a better sense of humor.
No, he 1,000,000% has a sense of humor. Danzig, no sense of humor.
Would never put his butthole on an album cover.
It's like,
and if he did, he'd be like, "That's the most beautiful butthole anyone's ever seen."
Perhaps, and he would say it with such confidence that we'd have to believe him. But what is he like, 5'4"? And Peter's, I mean, not even kidding, 5'4", 5'5", and then Peter's still 6'8". They both have the pale gauntness. They're both jacked, long black hair.
Yeah,
and then one is a wonderful, beautiful singer, and the other one's he's a good singer. Peter Steele's a good singer, but he's not like. I would think Danzig is like a phenomenal singer.
Yeah.
Was a phenomenal singer. Peter Steele has a great style, but I don't think he's like
a singer.
No, he just got a great bass. Mm-hmm. Wonderful bass.
Black, no more war. Sorry, I had to do it one last time.
R.I.P. Yeah, I've never been like saddened by the death of an artist who I knew was already dead.
Like retroactively sad.
Like, fuck, that sucks. He seemed like a really, really, like everyone spoke super highly of him. Everyone loved him. Yeah. And of course the band broke up immediately. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck you kidding?
Who's going to program these drums?
Exactly. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, you can't.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You can't replace.
No fucking way. Honestly, like, who looks like him? You can't replace.
Again, I think Gary Goldman with
dude, you know what Peter Steele looks like? If Tommy Wiseau took the super serum.
Yeah, if Tommy Wiseau was a super soldier from the Marvel universe,
he would be 100%.
Yeah.
And instead of fighting crime, he would just be singing in a goth metal band.
Yeah. He'd have an absurd amount of belt buckles. I don't know if you've like seen pictures of Tommy Wiseau.
Oh no.
He's wearing like 5 belts.
Are you
minimum.
Serious? That's a lot of belts.
It's insane.
That's too many belts.
So weird.
What a weird guy.
Super weird. Like no one knows where he's from either or how he got his money.
What the fuck is that accent? He's an alien, dude. He has to be an alien.
Yeah.
He came on a ship with Musk.
Usually a weird accent, you go Eastern European, but no, that's not fucking Eastern European.
Yeah. What is that? Fucking.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, fucking. Hi, doggy. Like what the fuck does he? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna start talking like that.
I did not. Did not. Yeah.
You should open your mouth wider when you say things like that. He said not. Just as like a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But I guess just recap.
Worst, least favorite, the origin. What is it? The origin of the feces.
Get it? Instead of origin of the species.
Best, Bloody Kisses. I'm, pretty neutral about this band. This their biggest album. Here you go. It's whatever. It's how most people got into the band.
That's not an opinion.
And then personal favorite. Also, I closed my laptop like an idiot.
Oh, that's what you're looking at.
Yeah. The last album. Dead Again. I was beaten down And this had some cool things that got me back up. And I think this kind of speaks to the longevity and songwriting abilities of the band, that their last album is still good.
I felt
even if you don't love it, I think you can admit it's good.
I was expecting them to peter out. I was expecting them to get like really rough at the end. Like
Peter Steele out.
Peter Steele out. Yeah.
It's not even that. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I'm glad that they were consistent. I can see the fucking crazy fans. I don't agree. I'm not a crazy fan, but I get it. These guys got a good vibe. Personal favorite, Slow, Deep and Hard. Oh yeah. Fucking love the raw, angry New Yorkness of it. It's just fucking crazy, and it has some
writing sweets.
Ooh, right, goddamn sweets. Worsley's favorite, Origin of the Feces. It shouldn't exist. What is it? What is this shit, man? It's fucking a repeat. It's a repeat. God damn it. Bloody Kisses, it's good, all right, but I don't think it's the best. You fans are all wrong, all right? You're all wrong, because the best album is World Coming Down. It's fucking brutal, super brutal, very consistent. I like them. I like these guys a lot, but this was a fun one. Thank you, Tommy, for patronizing and suggesting this artist. We would have gotten to them. Who knows when?
Maybe Tommy was Sal.
If it was
maybe that's the Tommy.
I really hope not. That guy's weird. I don't want his money. I'm kidding. I want his money. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening and watching and hanging out. If you want to help us, hit the subscribe shit and the fucking like and the comment if you want. I don't care, but it's good for the channel and the people and the thing and the blah, blah, blah. So sorry for doing the Cosby thing, but...
with the Jello and the...
Rudy! Sorry.
Roofies.
Roofies.
Who is the most fuckable Huxtable?
Who did that bit?
James Adoni or something like that. I forget his name. It was on Comedy Bang Bang for
a long time ago.
The comedy nerds, yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to help us out, do all those things if you want. Tell a friend, yada, yada, yada. Playlist on Typo Negative. You find a link in the description, as well as every other episode that we've done. You can find them all at everyalbumever.com. Of course, patreon.com/everyalbumever for bonus episodes, early access to certain episodes, discounts off merch, and of course, you have to jump the line.
Which I don't know when they're going to be on sale, but the t-shirt design is done.
It is done. I don't know if anything's going to be finalized by the time this episode comes out, but it might be.
But I can say it is done.
It is done. And I like it. I think it's very cool.
Yes, it's hard to get Mike to like things.
It is.
So
unless your name was Peter Steele.
Yes, thank you, Leah, for
very much. Thank you very much.
And even though we paid you, but thank you for.
She could have said no.
She could have said no.
Could have wiped her ass with a piece of paper. Said here.
Could have taken all your opinions and be like, "This is what you're getting."
That would be bad business, but I'm glad she didn't do that. Thank you very much. It's very neat. I dig it, and it might replace a lot of the logos that you see currently.
That's how much Mike likes it.
Exactly, it's very neat. So, what was I saying? Patreon
merch.
There will be merch of that design. If it's not up already, it will be up shortly.
Soon.
Shirts with that design and whatnot. And of course, you can jump the line like Tommy did for this episode. For tier 2, all tier 2 patrons get to jump the line if you don't want to wait for us to get to your request, because it will take a long time. We have literally 15 weeks scheduled in advance.
If we do a bang you requested at this point, it's purely because we also wanted.
We want to, and also it fit with just the length of it and like the vibe. Well, not the vibe, but like genre wise, like we don't want to do too many of the same genres in a row. We're not avoiding anybody, but we're trying to stay
sane. We're trying to stay sane because that was a rough 3 weeks.
It's been a while. Yeah,
maybe 4 weeks. I don't know.
Because like at a certain point, I get nervous. Like, I can't miss a week. And if these discographies get too long, we'll miss a week.
Oh yeah.
So we have to like just one album discography, just throw it in there, just fucking get it in there, knock it out. So yeah, patrons always get first dibs. Always find a way to swap something out and throw it in there earlier. And all that. You can also follow me on Instagram for all things me and clips of the show, clips of Twitch. I'm very close to finishing my goddamn EP. Goddamn mixes are like
Things are happening.
90% done. I'm waiting on art. Who knows how long the art will take, but it's officially out of my hands.
Yes.
Now I have the mixes done. I just got to get them mastered. And it's like, I'm done with my part of it.
Nice.
So soon, that's at Pander Monkey, artist of the same name, Pander Monkey, and you can follow Alex
At Mother Puncture.
Hell yeah! And I believe that's everything.
Yeah, and then of course I feel like you spoke more highly of the band. You even convinced me to like a song I thought I didn't.
Oh,
like, so.
that's a flattering when I can convince someone to love what they once did not love.
Yes.
And if I'm gonna go anything, there's a lot of things I could pick that I think will be good and fitting and interesting and cool. But I got to go with my heart on this one, buddy.
Is it black, no more?
It is not.
Sorry.
It is not.
It always makes me chuckle.
I'll tell you what it is right now. Gravitational Constant.
All right.
From the first album, fucking slow, deep, and hard. So thank you all so much for listening. See ya.